How's it going, everyone? It is October 23rd, 2019, and this is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day. Hello, good morning or afternoon, wherever you guys are coming from today. This is Thriving Bulls Trade of the Day, and we are looking at the AUD USD. We're looking for some retracement here. If you really see on the 5-minute chart, we've been really kind of stuck around the range between set and the negative 0.5 deviation here. We have a nice double top formation that is formed with divergence, and we are starting to move downwards. I have a Fibonacci kind of sitting here on this the recent low, so recent high, and we're about to hit the 61.8, and I'm going to see exactly what we do here, because we've been kind of seeing somewhat of a, that we could see some upward momentum. We started breaking into new highs from this structure to the left here. So if I go into the 5-minute, you can kind of see that we were stuck around that range, and then we kind of busted it, not once, but we busted it twice. And we've just been stuck on this little range at the bottom where we have not broken new lows. So we're just kind of watching, because if you see on the 15-minute, let me get out of that. Let me bring up the pin as well. All right. So if you see here, we could not break this right here. But we came down, up, and we created a new low from this here. Then we created a new low from this here, a new low from that here, a new low from this here. But then we broke this one, right? So what would make the most sense is for price to come down, maybe test right here, and then start to come back up. So we're just kind of watching it to see where price kind of goes. Again, just patience is key here. So we just kind of want to watch and just kind of see. Right now we're at 61.8. I'm looking for 78.6, or roughly around that area. We are extremely overbought right now, at least on the 1-minute chart. If we go to the 5-minute, see where we're at. We're about to get into oversold territory. We're not quite there yet. So again, we're just gonna kind of watch this. The next thing is that we have again, like a trend line kind of going against us on here. So that could kind of go against us as far as some sort of resistance. But I'm thinking that price is going to kind of come around that 78.6 level, or around the -5 again, and then we're going to see some upward momentum pushing back up. So we're just going to kind of watch it. I'm going to pause the video, and I'll come back once the trade has been taken. All right, so we are at the 78.6 level here. So let's just see if we come back and really kind of test set. This is really where patience is key here. So let's go ahead and just kind of watch it. Kind of watching /YM as well. We're just sitting right here on that negative, on that 200 EMA for that downtrend that we've been kind of looking for. All right, so it looks like we're kind of sitting, excuse me, we're kind of sitting on this type of support right here. But again, we're just going to kind of watch it. Just to kind of make sure it's exactly what we're looking for. All right, so it's hitting 78.6 as resistance now. We're going to come back and look at this. As you can see, price is kind of wicking now at the 78.6 level. So it's really all about how these candles form, what they look like, how just pretty much how they're shaped. This is just going to show us buyer bias or seller bias. This is just like kind of what you're looking for here. You can kind of see that the downward momentum's really kind of slowing down. Even though these two candles were big, This one's now kind of slowing down, and it seems like almost the body's just about to just want to cover wick, and then that's about it. So we're just going to kind of watch it still and just wait, because I'm thinking we're probably going to kind of retest this -5 here, and then that's when we're going to have some upper momentum. So I'm going to pause the video and wait. All right, we've come down. We're about to touch that -5 extension. Oh, we see a huge candle coming up here. So let's go ahead and get this trade prepared. 1 second here. All right, so let's go ahead. Forex, AUD, USD. 23 minutes is just a little too short for me. I'm going to go ahead and look at the kind of 50-50 here. Get a better idea. Go into the 5-minute. Oh yeah, let's look at this one and do 25 for that one. We're just really blasting up here now. And then what we're going to do next, let's just kind of see what this one looks like. 68.40. Yeah, it's just too expensive. I don't really like that for that price, and I really don't like that for that price. So, we'll just stay where we're at. Go ahead and just kind of check this out. This is a much better price, and to be honest with you, if we would have caught this before this started to form, this was probably around $76. It wasn't too expensive. All right, so let's see what's kind of happened here. So now you're seeing this huge movement up, and now you're seeing this huge movement down. The next thing here is to make sure that we don't really close way past this level, and this level here. All of this right here needs to kind of stay away from any sort of closure. If there starts to get a lot of closure around that area, then that's probably not good news, and we'll probably get rid of the trade. But as of right now, it still looks kind of good. I mean, this is typical stuff. When you have such a big push like this, you're bound to have a little bit of sellers coming in, to play into the market. So it's typical, because you have a lot of people who probably took sells here and sells here because they saw this little bit of a downward momentum, and a lot of people may have had their take profits around these areas here, and when you have that, they all get hit, and then you have this big spike up, and people freak out, and they're like, no, I got to get back into the sell, and so you have that happen. So we're just going to still kind of watch this trade. We do have a little over an hour for this trade to develop, so we're at 30.75 on an out of the money contract here. So we're going to do 30.75. Do this over here so you can see it, divided by 2 plus 30.75. So we're looking at 46.12. So I'm just going to say an even 46. We're going to go ahead and 46 and do that. So now we have our pending order in. All right, perfect. So now all we have to do is really wait. Let's go ahead and see what type of take profits we could have for potential technicals. So again, like what I like to do is just kind of have this around the 50% on the Fibonacci. So I'm going to go ahead and have it right about there and create the alert for at or above. So now if price comes up into this area, I'll watch it and see if it breaks 50. And if it really breaks 50, then I'll do it at 38.2. You just kind of want to watch it as it hits 50, because sometimes it can hit 50 and keep going down. So you just kind of want to have that in mind. So we're just going to kind of watch it. And to be honest with you, if price even gets to 50, we probably won't even have much profit to begin with if it were to hit it right now. The lesser time that you have in the trade, you have more profit that comes in, because as the trade gets lesser and lesser in time, more and more people are going to be jumping on board on it. So that's just a part of the game. So really, you kind of want to see, you kind of want to just guesstimate where you want to, well, not guesstimate, but you really want to kind of estimate where you want your take profit zones at, and say, okay, well, if I hit here, I'm just going to kind of really actually watch the market, because as of right now, like, I could walk away and say, okay, well, if it hits my stop loss, it hits my stop loss. If it hits my take profit, it hits my take profit. But if it hits here, my phone will be alerted, a sound will come off on my computer, and I can just come back to the computer, watch it, see if it kind of goes back into 50 or kind of retraces downwards. If it just busts right through 50, I can kind of reset it and get an idea. So that's just a part of the game. You want these trades to be stress-free. So I'm going to pause the video and we'll come back and see what happens. All right, so we have hit our 50 zone and we're just kind of really going past it now. So we're really going into, oh, and well, just like that, our trade has been taken out. So last time I checked, we were only up about $13 in profit. So we did hit our take profit zone. Let me go ahead and kind of calculate this 1 second. All right, so here was the calculation. So we actually got out at 46 minus 30.75. So we're looking at $15.25 per contract. We did about 25, so about 381. Nothing too crazy. I know that sometimes we were looking at like $20 or $30 in profit, but because we got an out of the money contract, I usually don't like to just, and because we had over an hour, I mean at this point we have an hour and 10 minutes left, I just don't really like to, what I like to say is push my luck and say, well, I'll get 2/3 of the profit. Instead of saying 30.75 divided by 2, I would do that times 2 and then put 30.75. So basically just double it and say it's 61.50. So if we were to have done that, let's see where we're at. 61.50. We're at this one here. We would be close. No, we were at we were at this one. We would be close at 54 and saying, well, we have like this much profit, but at the end of the day, I'm glad to be able to get out when I did. That is how you have to be mentally as a trader. You don't want to say, well, I wish that I would have done it this way, or I wish I would have done it that way, or, things like that, because what ends up happening is you end up not being able to take losses. And when you're able to take losses, that's when you'll be able to really become a successful trader, because you'll be able to manage those losses because they don't emotionally harm you. It's okay to have losses, and that happens. So you just have to know how to manage them. So that's why when we take like out of the money contracts, I'm just looking for that quick profit and then just getting out, because even though we had at 6.8, where were we at? 6.844. Look how close we are from that strike, but we were able to gain so much profit from it because it was out of the money. That's what you want to have. I mean, at the moment now, it's more than 50-50. So we had such a low risk trade. If I were to have done this at 30.75, as you can see, on the buy side, our risk was 60. Our risk was 20. I'm sorry. They actually fixed it. So our risk was 30.75, but our profit was 69.25. So really, in this, our risk was $768, but what we could have potentially made was this. Now I'm sure you're saying, well, but I thought you only made $300. That's correct. But if we would have been rocketing through this, I mean, to me, once we hit this and we kind of formed that candle, I thought maybe it's best to get out now. And as you can see, we're just kind of slowing down. We could still rocket back up, but it's best to not look at it that way. And we're overbought, and we're looking at this zone as well. That is considered the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern that has happened, or not head and shoulders, but this double top. So you had double top 1 and double top 2, and so because of that, you have this area here, which acts as support. And now you can see that price is kind of having a little bit of an issue around that area. So you kind of just want to watch that and stuff like that. So that's why we had our areas the way we did and had our take profits the way we did. So I hope that you enjoyed that video. This is just basically trading off simple deviation levels and then supply and demand, support and resistance, and using our Fibonacci's for take profit zones. If you have any questions, you can visit our website, www.thrivingbull.com. There you can actually sign up for our newsletter as well as our signals once they are released. We send out daily signals every single day. We have a list of them. 1 sec, I can actually bring this up. So these are our trades from the past. We've had some trades today, but I haven't refreshed yet. But as you can see, we've had a lot of trades. We had four trades yesterday that all came in pretty much at the exact same time, but every single one of them were winners. We had all of these trades on the 21st. Some of them coming in for people that may be in Europe, some people who can get them in New York and things like that. I mean, we just have a lot of signals that come out every single day for the Forex market. So if you're interested in being able to sign up for something like that, please go to our website at www.thrivingbull.com.